Chills ni nini? Chills ni nini? Wapi? Njeri?
Yes.
Hey, endo tafute chills. Endo tafute chills.
Chills niko nazo.
Hey, ni kama ulisahau chills zako mahali ukamwa tu yani ukakuja na ubaya wewe pia.
Basi nakuaga nazo.
Unakuanga nazo kwa wewe kumezivika tu mahali.
Ni vile mtu alinipata pabaya.
Hebu tuambie Shinoke ilikujaje?
Nilikuwa job. Then phone yangu tu nasikia tu message tiri. Then I'm like nini na gone. Then naangalia na msee ameniandikia a whole track. Hapo sasa ndio nikasema sasa hii ni nini? Nika relax, nikaona amekuja sana nikajua.
Alikuwa amekuja sana?
Wacha nikuonyeshe vile kunaendanga.
Of course, she is referring to Pilau Njeri, the disstrack by Femi One. Alikuwa anasema atakuwa na mean kudis wewe mwenyewe.
Oh, really?
Anasema na mean kudis MCs wote. Atimenyamaza sana, amfanye kitu. Industry imekuwa boring.
Unajua nini? Yeye ndo amekuwa amenyamaza. Sisi wote tumekuwa tukiwork. Like for the past 1 year I've released more than 5 tracks. Yeye ametoa tu moja. So yeye ndo amekuwa kilala, anafajiamshe.
You didn't think like, okay, maybe I should not respond to this. If I respond, maybe I give it fuel. Au kufikiria hivyo?
Nilikuwa nimefikiria hivyo, hata sikuwa ni respond because it took me, you know, a long time. But you see, when someone calls out to you like that, and even calls out your name, it is disrespectful. And when someone comes to me like that, I had to come out to them and say, you disrespected me. I have to put you in your place. You know, just in case we don't have any confusion where people feel like you can wake up one morning and start disrespecting somebody out of the blues.
Did you ask to do a collab with Femi One?
I didn't. My management did. And she says that I caught feelings. I have never spoken to Femi One. I have never spoken to her management. If there were issues, it was management to management, which should be dealt with at that level.
Right.
So I feel that this track was uncalled for.
It seems to her, she says the reason why they refused to do a collab with you is because they felt, "Auko umefika. You're not there yet."
Well, that's not what they told us. But if that's what they felt, it's okay. Because she's not the only person we've spoken to about collabos. Immediately at that time, I did a collab with Stella Mwangi. My management is, you know, request collabos with different other artists.
Right.
And, you know, even for me, people request me for collabos. And there's a time I feel I can do a collabo with you or not. And it's totally okay to say no or yes. And we wouldn't catch feelings over that. No.
So how could catch feelings? How could catch feelings lakini vile umerudisha pia umekam sana yani.
Like yeye ndo amekam sana zaidi. But then nilikuwa nimenyamaza until nikaona, you know, she keeps keeping on it and coming on. Nikasema wewe, let me show you. You know, as a hip hop artist, you have to respond to these kind of things because it's more of a respect kind of issue. So I had to address it, and my fans were really calling for it. People on radio, Twitter, everyone was going berserk, and I had to do something about it.
Do you think, though, that the female rappers in this country have been very quiet and they've allowed the males to shine? Calligraph, Octo, King Kaka, Giuliani.
Yeah. In a way they have. You see, this is a male-dominated industry, so it's very hard for, you know, a female to thrive, you know, because of the structures that we have. And there are things that a male artist can do that a female artist, you know, cannot do. You know, there's a lot of sexism in the industry. And even in rap, like for my first video, you know, for a lady to put people twerking in a video, it looks wrong. But if a guy does the same, then it looks as something cool.
All right, so what is it? Because a lady will be accused of objectifying women,
Exactly.
but a man is okay. It's almost like a man is allowed to objectify women?
It's more of a social issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. But that said, the argument has been, and I think she makes a legitimate point, like, watu walikuwa wamelala sana, ilibidi niwaamshe kiasi.
Well,
Lakini wewe umeamka sasa. Pia umetoa yako.
Mimi nimekuwa nimeamka, and actually I was supposed to drop, you know, my track Kumerera.
Yes.
Which in Swahili means chini kwa chini.
Yes.
And, you know, I was like, even if I drop it now, I have to, you know, hold it back and respond to her first, then, you know, I can proceed with dropping Kumerera.
Good
which
stuff.
is actually dropping in 2 weeks with our full music video.
And we just gave us a teaser. We love it.
The Shonoka, no.
Shonoka. No, you just gave us a teaser of Kumerera. You just
that.
performed it. Very, very nice.
I love it.
So why did you decide to do hip-hop? Not, you know, do neo soul or R&B or any of that?
Yeah. I pretty much grew up listening to hip hop. So there was a lot of hip hop influences, and that is what I fell in love with. And so automatically when I hit the studio, actually I just had that beat for my first track, Nduta.
Yes.
And I went and I wrote the song, and when I recorded it, it came out and people in the studio was like, wow, this is amazing. Why don't you just put this track out? And I did, and it got overwhelming, you know, response. And I said, well, let me give this a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are your influences in music, hip-hop specifically, whether locally or internationally?
You know, we have Nazizi,
Oh,
Stella
Nazizi,
Mwangi.
she's a star.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj, Rita Ora. There's so many. Eva Lodia from Nigeria, Cassper Nyovest. Yeah.
Right. It's very representative of the industry around the world. You said when the song came out, you were at work, which means do you have a job as well?
I do have a day job, you know, and I keep telling people on my social media, don't believe the hype, you know, because, you know, the music industry can be very deceiving. You know, you see people with a lot of bling, you know, flashy lifestyle, and you think the hype pays the bills. It's not necessarily true.
So what is your day job?
I work for Foina Beauty as head of product sales, and I'm also a photographer.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're quite the talented woman.
Thank you.
So you're head of products at a company, you're a photographer, you're a rapper.
Yes.
Is there nothing you can't do?
Well, I'm pretty much good at those three things.
Well, that's plenty. That's plenty of talent.
Yeah,
I mean, you spread
handful.
yourself out in terms of being an artist
Yeah.
and a creator.
Yeah.
If there's such a thing.
And a day job is good because it keeps you grounded and sober, because sometimes this hype can be, you know, a little bit crazy sometimes.
Is that at one point when you think maybe I need to start doing now music full time?
After I released my first song, Nduta, I actually decided to do music full time. And then the numbers were not adding up.
You mean the money wasn't coming in?
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of false perception about the industry. And, you know, I feel that it's very important for me to tell people, you know, how it is. If your parents tell you to go to school, get that degree, please do. Because sometimes, you know, when you get into the arts, you know, arts are perceived in a certain kind of way. It might not work for you. You need something to fall back on. Yeah.
So you need something to fall back on. That's important. Why is it that some people can't make money off music and others can? What are the dynamics in the industry?
Well, you can make money out of music.
Yeah.
It just takes more time. And also the structures that are there, they take quite a bit of time to understand. And, you know, during that growth process, before you get there, you need something that's going to support you, and you need to live a decent life. You don't want to be desperate and, you know, being taken advantage of. You know, I hear people saying they've been taken advantage of. Nobody will take advantage of you without your consent. You have to allow it yourself. And, you know, having a job, you know, makes you be independent, and you can say, I'm not in such a hurry, you know. I think that the process is also as important. It's not just about getting to the destination, you know, to be in a rush to become a star. You need, you know, that time that prepares you to get there.
You're a wise woman.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing some of your wisdom and your art with us.
Thank you for having me, Larry.
Okay, listen, let's look at social media for a moment. Njeri has just blown my mind. Maybe we should, you know, we have two rappers in the building. They should do a freestyle. You know what? That would be awesome. But let's look at social media first. Calligraph is sitting here, Njeri sitting here. Now it's a two artists. Okay, DJ Blessing, prepare a track for these guys, and then we're going to look at social media first. Oh, even Cash is here. Still not. Hip hop explosion. Let's look at social media. Kristen, what's up?
Yeah, before we do that, there are questions and comments.
Yes.
Silvano Mawari saying, Njeri should clarify if there's any line on Koronaka directly intended to address a rabbit, the king.
Is there a line for rabbit hapo hivyo kwa nini kwa ngoma yako?
You know what? If the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it. Actually, in my songs, I rarely mention people. But if you feel that it was meant for you, then it's probably meant for you, you know?
Where? Tukupatie mic drop. All right, I think that's answered very succinctly.
Definitely.
What else is there?
Eric saying, but Njeri ako too dope. Ladies in hip-hop is just a great thing.
Kabisa.
Yes. this song by Njeri is amazing. Also, your dance group ya Kenya iko juu sana.
Wameweza, I know.
Wameweza
I was
sana.
really having fun. They have to do something else before they go. Kevin, wasiende, wabaki tu hapa watufanyie kitu kingine.
Yeah, speaking of the dancing, Janet is saying, kwanzia leo nimewacha kwenda gym. So there are things I can do with my belly. Challenge accepted.
You know, you're giving some people ideas. Wanapatia Rube ideas. Rube was celebrating. So Rube, Rube, you want to try something with your belly while we're there? No, Rube, wacha kirudi. She's going to teach me a move. We can do it together? Aya, Rube ametikia. Sawa. Tuko class.
Yeah, we have another question for Njeri. Uyo dem ako US, single?
Umesikia vile amesema? Amesema uko juu, uko single?
Oh, no, I'm not single. I've been in a long-term relationship for quite a while now. Yeah.
Anyway.
Girls like me are not single, trust me.
What do you mean girls like you?
have been taken, man.
What do you mean girls like you?
Well, you know, I don't know. I think love ilisha 2012. Squeezing ni hard kupata true love. I'm glad I found my true love kitambo. Well, too bad for when hawajapatana bado. But, you know, all the best.
Yani dema amekam tu kudrop mic hapa hivi. Kila kitu anasema.